Hi friends, welcome to Philadelphia. We were in New York yesterday, we're in Philadelphia today. It's a bit of a
lot. It's a lot.
I was debating whether
How many hours sleep did we get? 4? 5?
4 hours. I think just about 4 hours. I was debating whether doing the intro this morning when we were still in New York, but I thought you guys wouldn't want to see an hour-and-a-half drive from New York to Philly.
Or Newark, yeah.
Yeah, Newark, not quite New York. So, hey, we're here in Philly now. We've got a lot planned today. It's going to be sort of like an amalgamation of everything that we're doing today in this video. We'll see how the video goes, whether it ends up as one video, 2 videos. We've got a walk-in tour to do first off, don't we?
Yeah, hopefully.
The constitutional walk-in tour.
We had trouble booking it because we booked the city pass for the day, and this was included on the city pass, but the company couldn't book us on without scanning the city pass, which would then activate it, and then we might not be able to use it again on the day.
Yeah.
So hopefully
fingers crossed.
They have kind of said to us that they should have space.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll accept us. But we are cutting it a bit fine now as well, time-wise.
Yeah, we're a little bit of a squeaky moment here, but we should be good. If we do have any issues, we'll just do the tour ourselves.
Yeah, we'll just go around to the places. I think definitely the Liberty Bell is on there.
Yep.
I can't remember what the other sites to see are.
It's quite a historical place, Philadelphia. This is
and the
where
buildings look really old, but they look very similar to the buildings in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like in the
Jackson Square area. Yeah.
Or like the business area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have been to New Orleans, by the way. Link up in the top corner to that playlist if you want to go and check it out. Go easy on me if you do, because that was a terrible, terrible...
That was the beginning of the vlogging
That was like my first ever series. So we've got a lot to see. I'm going to feel a little bit like Nicolas Cage today. I'm not going to steal the Declaration of Independence. I can't.
It's not here.
It's not here. It's in Washington. But I can see where they signed it at least, and I can go and find Benjamin Franklin's glasses, so I can read the treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence, and I'll keep those glasses, and then we'll go and get to the Declaration in 3.5 years' time.
Wow.
If you understand why I said that,
you know a lot about that film.
I love National Treasure. It's one of my favourite films, honestly.
Very specific.
It's so, amazing. So if you enjoyed the video and you enjoyed following along, it's going to be a bit of a historic one. Just seeing the sights and sounds, what made America America, basically.
You love a bit of American history, don't you?
I do. I mean, they haven't got a lot of history, but what they do, they love, right?
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. So, yeah, I'm happy that they're letting me in the country to come and see this stuff. If you guys enjoyed the video throughout, thumbs up, subscribe button, bell icon, etc. Follow us along today. So we're now on a walk-in tour. We're going to see some of the historical sites. So we're actually now about to see I guess it's the White House, but the White House before it's the White House, when Philly was the capital of the US, before the US government was formed over in Washington, DC. We got some facts and figures. I would suggest going and looking all this up, because it's Chinese whispers. I'm going to forget and say the wrong thing. So, but yeah, the next thing will be the historic White House, basically. The president's house back in, when did he say, 1790. Yeah. So, talking 220 years, 230 years? Pretty cool. So here, this is the president's old house. This is where George Washington lived for a brief period. Actually, he lived for most of the period. And then John Adams came here shortly thereafter when he went into office. And then he spent half of his presidency here before moving to the White House as the White House was being completed. This has gone through various iterations here. It was toilets, it was a hotel, etc. All sorts. We're going over here though. What have we got here?
It's the ruins of the original house.
Oh shoot. Okay. So the main house. The president's office and kitchen, coach house, stable, ice house, and the Liberty Bell Center is just through there. Wow.
This was the president's house.
That's completely mad, but they've just gone, nah, I don't really care about the history. They've got a lot of like facts and stuff up. You got some TV showing you like recreations of what it would have been like back in the day as well.
Of all places in the world, London, England.
We've got the
London made the
Liberty Bell here.
Make this up, but in London's defense,
So this is where the Liberty Bell originally sat, up there. He was just saying it's the Centennial Bell now, but that's where the Liberty Bell used to be for the first 100 years of its life. What he was saying effectively is the Liberty Bell is now completely and utterly useless, hunk of junk, doesn't actually ring, it's not capable of ringing. That's what it is, unfortunately. We made it. The British made it and then gave it to him. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, and then you've got a statue of George Washington there, right in the front. So this is Independence Hall. This is where the entire government was formed, basically. So you had the Constitution signed here. You had the Emancipation Act, I think it was, where the slaves were freed. And then you had the Declaration of Independence all signed here. I believe those were the ones. I'll put down in the bottom corner if I'm incorrect there. But essentially, they were signed here. So this here really is the room where it happens. Just here, which is pretty cool. You had the entire government formed here. The entire United States was essentially formed in this building, in this room to the left here. This here is the second Bank of the US. It was here for a little while before Andrew Jackson shut it down, basically. He was vetoing everything. Statue down the end is Robert Morris, the owner of the President's House back in the day. So just here, around about a block away from the second bank and the first bank, this is Benjamin Franklin's original house. This is where he was well, this is where he lived and actually also where he died. Becky's got some facts she wants. Oh, she found the toilet. Oh yeah.
Essentials.
That is the toilet.
Lols. Do you wish you had one like that?
So this is the wood storage, the kitchen, the cold storage, lots of storage.
So the pink ones are the ones that you can see into, I think.
Right. And this is the privy, the toilet.
Ooh.
But they've got the structure, or not the structure, it was knocked down by his kids. But you see...
A ghost house, they said.
Like, the outline of the building. And then in here, this is the kitchen, parts of the kitchen. There's not a lot, you can't see a lot, right? Like, but it's cool that parts of it are still preserved after, you know, what's happening. So this here is the Betsy Ross house. We'll be coming back here later, but basically she was an upholsterer who made as many of these flags that you see hanging as possible. Now this is the American flag, but this is an original version of the American flag with 13 stars as opposed to the 50 plus that you have on there today. There were 13 original states of the United States. So her job was to just make as many of these as possible. She didn't design it, that was an act of Congress, but here is the original flag after they declared independence from the British. So we've just done our constitutional walking tour. That was concluded on our Get Your Guide pass that we had. It was quite good. It's really informative. We love doing these types of tours. Obviously, it's a little bit awkward. Like I can't really just like take a camera and film him doing his tour because that's just like so disrespectful. But yeah, it was really good.
But yeah, we learned a lot.
We did like a mile and a half, 2 mile walk essentially.
Yeah. And it was I think it was all stuff you could see yourself. Yeah. Like we didn't go in, it wasn't like, you know, some of the tours are like, have entrance to things included.
Yeah, like special
which I kind of thought that would be, but...
Yeah. This was more like, hey, the Liberty Bell is there. We're not going to queue up, but there's a window, so we'll take you to it, like I showed you guys. We went to Benjamin Franklin's grave. We're going to go back there in a second anyway, because that's included on our ticket. And we just stood outside the fence of Benjamin Franklin's grave, because you can see it from the road.
Yeah.
But like, we would highly, highly, highly recommend doing these tours because obviously, yes, you can go and see these things yourself and you can sit and read all these things. You can ask him questions and he knows his stuff.
And,
right?
And having it just spoken to you by a local is so much, it's just a nicer experience than stopping, reading, and just, yeah, generally it takes longer.
Yeah, and he's really like explaining like little bits of why as well, not just what.
Yeah.
He's explaining why it happened, why they did that. We're now in the queue here to get into the Liberty Bell. So we're gonna, I mean the queue is quite long, but it's only gonna take like, well, we've been in the queue 5 minutes so far, and we're nearly at the front.
Yeah.
So we just want to go and see it up close, take a few pictures, and
it's
then
free.
bug it out. Yeah, it is free as well. That's very true. We want to see the damage that we caused, basically. We gave them this bell, and then it broke straight away, literally day one.
Whoops.
There it is, the Liberty Bell. So this was a gift from us, British, to the Americans back in like the 1700s. They rung it, it broke, and then now they tried to fix it a few times.
Folks, you can come all the way up and around the bell here. Go to your left, to the right, to the rear. In, back, there is better lighting for your photos, more bell per bell, and no one's there. Please go all the way on up, all the way on down. This is a shared public space. No lines here. This is
Very cool.
not Santa Claus.
So there you go, you can actually see the crack, pass and stow, it says there. And you can see the repairs that have been made on it as well throughout, but like, you can kind of see the drilling, and you can see, I can't get much closer, but if I zoom in, there's like a big crack, like just here, and that was the hairline crack, and then they drilled it out and did this. So, pretty crazy. So now at the intersection of Independence Mall West, I don't know what road this is here, but this is the burial ground, and this is where Benjamin Franklin is buried. Christchurch Burial Grounds. Benjamin Franklin. This is included on our city sightseeing pass. I'll put a link down in the description to the city sightseeing pass, because that included that walking tour. It includes this. Betty Ross's house, which is up there as well. We've got a whole bunch on there. All right, so a very small update there, guys. They're saying that they don't accept it, even though it says it on the website. Basically, the company, they've been trying to ask them to send them a device so they can actually record and scan our tickets, but they were like, just not communicating with them. So they're like, we're not gonna want this anymore. It's a $5 to get in, $5, so like $3.50. We've just said, like, let's not bother, because we can just like do this. And we could just see his grave there. That's Benjamin Franklin's grave and his wife, Deborah. Children and son-in-law, I think, is the one that's in that one as well. So, yeah, we could just stand here and see it. So I literally Googled best Philly cheesesteak, obviously in Philly, and it came up with a list. There was this guy that made a list and he put it on Reddit. And he said, oh, this is a bit of a controversial list, but I'm going to put this place at number 1 because of X, Y, Z. Now that place was called Sonny's. Famous cheesesteaks and burgers here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So this is where we're going for lunch. We did it. This is our first cheesesteak of the holiday in Philadelphia. So this was like a loaded up cheesesteak. So Becky's just tried it, and her face lit up, honestly. She was like, it's amazing.
It is nice.
This was like the number 1 recommendation on Reddit, so. Oh. The bread.
Yeah.
The bread is so soft.
The meat is really tender as well.
The meat is really tender. We got it loaded with the peppers, extra cheese, things like that. That's nice. That's really.
Oh, smoking.
Good place. Good place. And it's like quite a quaint like atmosphere in here as well. It's like the dive bar diner vibe.
It's like, because on that Reddit post, there's another famous one, isn't there? Mm-hmm. And he like put that other people were just eating it on the street because like it's so sought after.
So popular, yeah.
But actually, this is better food and better atmosphere.
Who knew?
Hopefully, we'll get to try the other one at some point.
We will get to try the other one, I'm sure. And we'll eat it on the street. that Philly cheesesteak was le chef's kiss. It was incredible, honestly. So nice. So if you get a chance, go up to Sonny's. We're now going to take the Sightseeing Philadelphia hop-on, hop-off bus tour. I don't think we can go... Oh, there is space up top, I think, so we might be able to go up top. This is included on our pass.
At the time, that it actually came to be known as Race Street.
So we obviously won't be able to film a lot of the tour or anything. We saw a bunch of stuff.
We don't quite like
on our
realize
walking
just how
tour.
many entertainment options we have these
But we're
days.
just enjoying
Back in the old days, they didn't have television, they didn't
this
even have
live
radio.
guide for once. It's amazing.
They got a newspaper, and that was pretty much. You didn't even walk across the bridge.
This is the Benjamin
The
Franklin
sad part
Bridge.
is you still end up in the state of New Jersey. Take that however you will. Their greatest contribution was Bruce Springsteen, or actually, you know what? I take that back. Their greatest contribution to the United States of America was Frank Sinatra. Other than that, there's not much else going on in New Jersey.
All right, we did 10 stops on the hop-on, hop-off bus tour. It took about an hour or so. It's quite slow. But now we've come somewhere that Becky really wanted
I'm
to come.
literally so psyched. I'm fangirling right now.
So Becky is a Ghost Adventures person. Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum, etc. You know, the ghost tours, ghost tours, and all that kind of stuff. So we are here at the Eastern State Penitentiary. Now, this is supposedly one of the most haunted sites in America. This is where Ghost Adventures, they did one of their first tours here, I think. One of their first, like...
Investigations, it's
investigations.
called. God.
I'm being told, right? So, I don't know how much we're going to be able to film in here. We might get told off for filming. I don't know. But it is a tourist destination now. It used to be a prison, obviously. But yeah, they would keep people in solitary confinement here for hours upon hours upon hours. I think it's like 23 hours a day you're in solitary confinement or something. Now we're going to go inside. Becky is going to ask me to take a picture of her. Here we go.
Take a picture of me.
Take a picture. She's very chirpy for somebody who's going to be left here in a second.
Oh, I don't mind. Zach will come for me.
In here?
Zach will come for me.
I'm going to leave her. Yeah, I think.
Maybe after death, but he'll come. Hi.
We got ourselves an audio guide now. This is included on our Get Your Guide pass. So it says we press 1 and then press green. So the Central Guard Tower is, this is the Central Guard Tower, and then these are the cells as well. Oh, cool. We've got Steve Buscemi. He's doing the narration, which is quite cool. This is cell block 1.
Oh my God.
It's quite interesting, isn't it? Like how, like these are just tiny rooms, obviously. Talk about all the punishments now. Whipping and flogging.
Wow.
So these guys met to like make a prison reform group, basically. They're saying that they need reform rather than punishment to rediscover themselves, basically, which is quite interesting. Oh, here you go.
Oh.
Look at that. Look how small that is. That's a cell block, basically. It's tiny. This is a model here of what it used to look like. So they didn't actually have doors here. These are all added in like the 1850s. This is what they actually looked like. So that door went into a little recreational yard that was a little bit bigger than this. But this was how they would just feed them through this door, and they wouldn't have an actual door. This is what the cell would have looked like back in the day. Wow.
Oh my cripes.
So they started building
Take a picture
two-story
of me
ones
at the top.
because the government wanted
Oh,
more people. Ooh, quite steep. Wow. Look at this. Look at how like insanely decrepit it is.
wow, that looks like it's about to fall down.
It genuinely looks like it does. It looks like it's about to fall down. It looks like it's been falling down for the past.
It smells like damp.
Damp, death. Yeah, it's. I mean, look at this part here. Like you see all the crumbling wall just left on the floor there. Ceiling is.
I mean, to restore that to something viewable, and I guess the thing with that is that it's very similar to all the others. So to put all of that money into restoring it,
it's not worth it for them, is
for
it?
little reason is.
Yeah, for sure. That's mad though. It's skinnier than the others. Like it's skinnier than the one we were just in a second ago. Very strange. So this is the recreational yard. What we were just told on the guide is this is like a late addition. This here, the baseball diamond and whatnot, because this was never intended to be a prison that had actual reform. Everybody was supposed to be kept inside 23 hours a day, and then they can go into this outside exercise yard where Becky's going in. But as everything expanded, as you got the two-story blocks as opposed to the one-story blocks, there was an overpopulation of the prison. And essentially, they just couldn't cope with the demand that they needed for the rec yard here. So the prison just became a place of derelict and disrepair, things like that, and it just ended up closing in the 70s. This statue over here is talking about the rates of crime and things like that in the US versus other nations around the world, and how the US imprisons more of their population per 100,000 as a percentage than any other nation in the world. They also execute more of their prisoners per percentage of 100,000, etc. And then it's on the left-hand side here of the graph. They say that they give you a breakup of, you know, whites, Latinos, blacks who are prisoners here in the US federal prison system. So it's very interesting. So this is death row. This is where people would have been kept waiting to be executed. Although it does say back on the sign back there that there were very few executions. People were more left waiting. This opened in 1956, so it actually didn't last for very long because the prison closed in 1971. So this is the control panel for the doors, and this was like the safety corridor, so you had like a corridor separating from the actual cells. Then they had to coordinate it in order to actually open the doors and open the cell doors, so nothing happened. But yeah, people weren't executed here, they were executed somewhere else. They were just kept here waiting for execution. Eastern State Penitentiary, one of the most haunted places in the US apparently. How did you feel about that? Did you feel haunted?
Yeah. Careful of the poo.
Careful of the poo. Yes, there was poo.
It was really good.
Yeah?
Everything I expected.
Okay.
I'm going to go home and watch the Ghost Adventures episode one more time just to really confirm where Zach saw the most haunted things and then be like, oh, I've been there.
Yeah. So we spent, what time did we get in there? About 2:15?
Yeah.
2:15? It's 3:15 now. So it only took us about an hour in there, but we didn't
The
do...
audio guide keeps going.
Yeah, so we did, like, it was like, here's your main tour, which is like 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And then what did you clicked on like 33 or something at one point?
One was 92, but I thought, no, surely not.
Was it?
Yeah.
Christ.
But I don't know whether that was just like, I don't know, like that area
like
is
a
9.
faker.
I don't
Oh
know.
my goodness, look at this bus.
Oh, cute.
How cool. Like, that's really fancy. Yeah, so that was good. That was good. It was included
Checking the maps,
on our pass, so it wasn't expensive, really, because we made a bulk payment towards
I think it's like what is it, like $20 or $15?
Something like that. Yeah, it wasn't massively expensive. But yeah, we would do that again. I would say, like, you only really need about an hour and a half, and the person actually said that on the front.
Yeah.
She was like, people typically spend about an hour to an hour and a half here, which is what we did. Part of that is because we just kind of don't have time, and we are flagging a little bit because we had 4 hours of sleep last night. But I think you could spend a few hours there, couldn't you, if you really wanted to?
Yeah, if you wanted to see everything. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've got a little bit of a walk ahead of us.
You can get the bus this way, but Lou's decided it's a great idea for us to walk.
I want to go to a 7-Eleven and get a drink.
I do also want a drink.
And we've been walking 30 seconds, and there's a 7-Eleven here. So we're going to get a big gulp from 7-Eleven, and then at least we've got something. I would say, actually, like, there's been parking like everywhere.
Yeah, there
so
has.
if you
it's funny.
Yeah, it's expensive, but if you don't mind paying it,
I think because
you can drive.
We prepaid, and it was like $20 for the day, $25.
But if you want
I didn't think it was that bad, because in New Orleans we ended up paying like $25, $30 a day every day.
Yeah, yeah. So there's options around here.
Yeah,
for sure. Rocky Balboa. The Rocky Balboa statue here. Bottom of the rocking steps. Look at this, we've got the Epic Universe Kronos here, right in front of the Rocky Steps.
Immersive Worlds is so much more of a wait at Universal Epic Universe, an all-new theme park opening May 22nd, 2025 at Universal Orlando Resort.
Let's go. Running up the Rocky Steps.
Congratulations.
So we both just run up the Rocky Steps.
I did it all the way from the bottom. You only did the first 5 steps at the top.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Are you dead?
Every one of these series is going to end in divorce at some point. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty tired actually. Not going to lie. That was quite tiring. There's a lot of steps. You can see why he does that as part of his workout. Cool. Really cool. Awesome statue. And you got little footprints just down here as well, where he stands in the film and looks out over Philadelphia. To be honest, before. I know it's going to sound a bit silly, but before coming to Philly, I did think there wasn't going to be a lot here. And as we've gone around, as we've gone around today, I'm like, actually, there's been a fair chunk of stuff to do, hasn't there, and see.
There's been stuff that we thought, oh, I wish we could do that.
Yeah, I wish we had more time to do that.
Yeah.
So,
but we have got another half a day here in a few days, so we might be able to do a few of the key things that we've missed today.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, so the Rocky statue, Rocky steps. There is another statue at the bottom if you're not feeling up to running up the steps or even walking up the steps, which is fine. You know, that's not an issue if you aren't able to do that. You know, if you're less able-bodied as well. But very, very cool to be able to do that and see the statue and see such an iconic piece of cinema history. The Kronos at the bottom, that will not be here when you're here. It's leaving literally tomorrow as we're filming this, and it's going. I think she said it's going up to Chicago,
yeah.
which makes sense because Chicago is close by. I said it was 4 hours. Actually, it turns out it's like 12, 13 hours away.
14. Don't lie.
14 hours from JFK though.
Yeah, well, you said it.
Yeah, but from here it'll be like 12 hours or so.
True.
Right, where are we going next, Bex?
Next, Bex, we're going back on the bus.
We're going on the bus, the hop on, hop off bus tour. We've got our ticket. Let's go to that. This is where they shot part of National Treasure.
So on your left, that's the monument of World War I.
So we did the second part of our hop on, hop off bus tour, which means we technically did the whole route today. We didn't really film a lot of the hop on, hop off bus tour because it's quite difficult, like, because he's commentating and then stopping and commentating and stopping, etc., etc.
We have done a lot of those buses though, and they don't always have a live commentator.
No, so that was great.
I think that does make a massive difference.
It really does. It really does, because we had to like we got to really get an understanding of what was happening, and we got like a local's perspective on it rather than just somebody that was reading from a script in a studio or something. So yeah, loved that. Yeah, we saw like the whole of the city. We do really recommend these hop on, hop off bus tours whenever you get a chance to go to a city like this, because it just allows you to get around the city nice and easy. It does take a little bit longer, granted, but definitely worth it. We're now going to one of my regular places. Where is that, Rebecca?
The Tube.
The Tube? No, that's not where we are going to on the Tube, but we go to the Hard Rock Cafe. The Hard Rock Cafe. Got a really big turn-in guitar on the top of it. We'll let it go around a little bit so you can see the actual guitar. There it is. We're in the Hard Rock Cafe, right? And the Hard Rock Cafe, I think in about 2017, was taken over by the Seminole tribe of, they're based out in Tampa, Florida. They stopped doing the local burgers in a lot of places, which means there's very little reason for me to come to a Hard Rock Cafe now. As somebody who's been to, how many have I been to? Like 45, 50 at this point, right? What's the point in me going to a Hard Rock Cafe if I can't have something that's local to the one I'm going to? Otherwise it's all just the same, right? It's just silly. It's just really silly. But they have got something limited at the moment. Now, this is, it's a fresh menu, it's called. Fresh melts. Oh, fresh beets, sorry. And you've got entrees, you've got the patty melt. Oh, actually, I should have probably had that patty melt.
I've had that before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Mediterranean chicken pitta, the wings, Stardust wings, and you got these Empress Hawaiian, and chili lime pineapple. But yeah, they don't have any like localized burgers. This menu will be like everywhere basically, all over the world. So what I've done, Becky's actually gone for that Mediterranean chicken pitta. To be honest, actually, like it's just legendary sauce and Swiss cheese. Like everything else is the same, really. Like the legendary sauce you can get like with a lot of the burgers anyway.
What, on the top one?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's the smashed. I remember.
Because it looks like a sandwich.
It was really like.
Yeah, it's like a sandwich.
Fully a party, yeah.
And then, but I've gone for the spicy Diablo burger because I was like, well, I've not had that one before, So this is really annoying. Even they say, and it's seared medium well. Like, so they don't even say to you, right, like, how do you want your burger or anything now? I think Hard Rock's really gone downhill in the past, like, 7 years or so. But I still love coming in. And it looks really like I love the memorabilia in here every time. So I'm gonna go around and have a look at some of it in a little while. So this is Becky's Pitta. Actually looks really quite nice. It looks like very fresh, although it came out in about 3.5 minutes.
Was it?
No, it was like 5 minutes. It wasn't long at all. And I've gone for the spicy Diablo burger.
The only thing that needs cooking in mine though is the chicken.
Is the chicken, I suppose, but mine as well, I suppose. It's just assembly because they probably got the burger ready.
Yeah.
Stuff like this is why we come to the Hard Rock. My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way's guitar, 1966 Fender Mustang. There's like so many like cool things like this that are out. Goo Goo Dolls, Taylor Swift's jackets up there as well, which is quite cool. Christina Aguilera, John Mayer, Bret Michaels, I think that is down the end as well. We did it! What do you get? What do you get?
Butterscotch sundae.
Butterscotch. And I got a chocolate dipped cone with chocolate ice cream. £9, $12. Most expensive Mr. Whippy we're ever going to get.
I don't think so.
Really? Has it got that much in the UK?
Did I buy the ice cream the other day or did you buy the ice cream?
Well, I'm asking, yeah. Did it
They were like £3.50, £4.
Okay, well that was
So-
£6. Oh no, that was £4.50 each.
£9 total.
Right, okay. Yeah. Alright, so similar pricing then.
Right.
Not too bad. At the Philadelphia Convention Center today is like a fandom convention, well this weekend. So got people dressed up as Jedi, just people dressed in like crazy costumes, but it's pretty cool to see actually. I like seeing these things. Like,
So much equipment.
this guy here has got like a mega sword, which is amazing. Look at his sword. So tonight, one final activity. Becky is dragging me along. Willingly, actually. I quite like these, I'm not gonna lie. To a Philadelphia walk-in ghost tour. Okay, so we were told earlier that Philadelphia is perhaps one of the most haunted cities in the US. You've got the Eastern State Penitentiary. There was a Quaker burial ground which has potentially up to 20,000 people buried under the grounds. So, yeah, there is potential for a lot of ghost still activity here. And hopefully we're going to find out.
Like that the stories in these tours are really unique usually.
Yeah, they are. They are very...
You don't hear anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure. So I think we're meeting here by Independence Visitor Center. I'm not going to be able to film loads because it's just rude, putting a camera in a guide's face, but I'll try and let you know a story or two and show you some sights. So we're having a whole bunch of stories so far. We've talked about like the Constitution, we talked about the formation of the US government, etc. We've talked about prostitution as well, which is quite a slightly different tangent to what I was just telling you we were talking about before. But yeah, now we're sort of like going around this. She's saying that Philadelphia, because it was a port city, and it was the gateway to the Civil War for the unions and for the people fighting for the US government against the Confederates. They made prostitution legal here, which is great, right?
Only for a short time.
Only for a short period of time, and then taxed it because, of course. Yeah, and she was telling us about all these brothels and not where they are per se, but like how different they were and how they were tailored to certain tastes, let's say. All right, so that's the end of, well, a pretty long day here in Philadelphia, right?
Very long. We've been on our feet for 12, 13 hours now. So,
Very long.
yeah.
So we just did the Grim Philly Ghost Tour. What were your thoughts on that?
I thought it was good. We saw the same things that we'd seen earlier.
Yeah.
And things that I think if you're coming to Philly for the day, you've probably already seen.
Yeah, for sure.
The stories were good.
Yeah.
But I felt like we stood in one place for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think there was enough like actual ghost stories. Like it felt
to
like.
be fair, you didn't book it, but it wasn't advertised as a ghost.
Oh right,
tour.
it was just like.
It was advertised as a dark history tour.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense then.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was a ghost tour, so that would be why then. Yeah, I mean, if it's advertised as a dark Philly tour, then that makes more sense. And
it hit the brief.
Yeah.
And it was good. I thought the stories and the guide were really good.
Yeah, she was lovely.
Just maybe it's just because we're really tired and we've been on our feet for so long.
That we were.
I did feel like I would have liked to have moved along a bit, maybe had it in smaller chunks.
For sure. Yeah. And do it sort of like on the move. But obviously it's difficult to do tours like that on the move because like.
But you could have done.
She can't talk.
5 minutes here, 5 minutes here, rather than 10 minutes in one spot.
Yeah, for sure. But overall, like really cool, and a really cool day actually. Like you got to see Eastern State Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Which you've been wanting to see for ages. I saw like Independence Hall, Liberty Bell. I'm a big like American history guy. Like I love all that stuff, and Hamilton is literally my favourite musical. So, yay me! What a day for me in that sense.
Yeah.
We just like there was so much like really cool things today. Also, I feel like we're walking through like a pet area. We've got Opportunity Barks over there, which is a behavioural and training thing for dogs. Ooh. And then we've got a veterinary hospital just over my shoulder here.
There have been a lot of dogs in the city
There's been loads of dogs in the city today. It's been a good city, actually. It's been a really nice place.
Yeah. I know you said earlier that you'd like more time here, and I do agree with that to an extent for mooching, but I think we've hit the big sites.
I do agree, yeah. But I think what we could do is like do like a few hours and then go and chill and have dinner and then go back to the hotel and have like an early night and then do that again the next day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like rather than like we've spent the entire day crazy cramming.
Yeah.
Whereas we could do it a little bit looser, you know? But overall, like really, really cool day. Very happy.
Would recommend the hop on, hop off. I thought that was really good.
Hop on, hop off was great, and especially having a live fella doing it as well.
Yeah.
That was top tier cool. But yeah, awesome day. Thank you for arranging this. It was Becky. She did the planning today. You know,
every day.
And every day. Yeah. If you want to see like some of these sites, we would highly recommend it. And check down in the description for like a little bit more of an idea as to like who, what, when, where, and why we did what we did. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video throughout, and it's been informative, and you've enjoyed following along around here in Philadelphia. If you have enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It helps us out so much. Be great if you could hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.